we just got done reading not maybe a day ago that Bethesda is no longer giving out the review codes so far in advance.
Hmm.
Now they're just going to do what about 24 hours.
Yeah.
So like let's just say that we received review copies for Skyrim remastered. Are you going to be able to beat that game in 24 hours? Let alone edit a video and put it online?
So I have an interesting theory on this. Now, with some game companies, I think this would be pretty shady. I don't think so with Bethesda, because a lot of their games are big open world games, and the fact of the matter is, we live in an era where day one patches are the norm, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
But the fact is that those patches they usually fix some rather big bugs. So when you have reviewers playing your game 3 weeks ahead of time, just so they can have that review out by the time the game comes out, they're playing a much buggier version than what the consumer is going to have when they get home.
And a prime example, not necessarily buggy, but missing features, is No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
The
I would.
reviewers got to play that, and actually, some guy nabbed it a whole week before it come out, played the shit out of it, and even beat the game before it came out. And then when it come out, the day one patch made it a completely different game, essentially.
Mhm. Now,
Still lacking features.
well, another example, and this is a little less, not, I guess, not such a great example, but Street Fighter V on PS4.
Yeah.
It launched like as a bare bones product, and they added to it over time. Now, this doesn't necessarily apply, but this is kind of the case with a lot of games. They evolve after they release, and I can see why Bethesda would do this. And not only that, I think review scores in general are pretty shitty because so many people just look at that number right away. They don't read the
Yeah, they
review
don't
or
read it. They don't even look at, if
no.
the reviewer has some videos.
They don't pay attention to what kind of games the reviewer tends to like to see if they're
Yeah.
kind of on the same page. They just go with that number and that's it. And
Now, I do want to say, just a quickie here. When we do reviews on this channel, which we will be, we're not going to give a score. We're going to
no,
let the viewers give their scores in the comments. So,
the most I'm gonna say is if I like it or not.
yeah, that's
And
thumbs up or thumbs down, really.
I'll point out like if you like this kind of game, this game might be for you, or this product or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not. Scores are a bad idea.
Yep.
So I
And
don't. With Bethesda doing this, it's a big thing, and I really think it could have a ripple effect. I think other
well,
developers may be
EA
like,
EA already does not exactly that, but what they do is they pick and choose which reviewers get copies of their games,
mm-hmm,
which I think I like that better. That way, it's kind of a trust system. Because, there's some reviewers, at least on YouTube, that they'll start to review a game, but then they're not really reviewing it anymore. They're giving their political background or
yeah,
life story, who knows what. And
yeah,
maybe they're trashing the product or the whatever the game or whatever it might be that they're reviewing, and I could see you don't want that person reviewing your product anymore, especially if
right.
they're continue to do that crap.
And I also think certain products are more apt for review purposes. Like take an Elder Scrolls game. It's there's so much there that
Yeah,
there's just no way you could possibly review it accurately in a
there's certain
decent
parts you
amount of
could,
time.
but
But take something else that Bethesda also publishes, The Evil Within. The way that game is a linear structured game, like I could see that being sent out early for review because it should be pretty much complete when it lands in the customer's hand,
yeah.
minus maybe a few bugs. So,
Now there is one thing to remember that they did do the 24-hour advance for Doom,
yeah, they
and
did.
that to an extent is the best first-person shooter of the year.
Now,
Um,
that's good that you mentioned that actually because that caused a lot of skepticism. People
at
were
the
like,
beginning.
people were like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, it's gonna be a crap game because they don't want anybody reviewing it ahead of time," and it turned out to be awesome.
Extremely. In fact, and I hate to say it, I bought it day one. All I did was open it. I haven't put it in the PS4 yet.
I played the demo like 100 times, and I can't remember
Yeah.
last time I played a demo so much.
See, I did play. I played like I was in the closed alpha.
Okay.
Really wanted to make videos. Oh my god. Then I was in the closed beta and then in the open beta, and I loved it from
So,
like all through and through.
so just a disclaimer to our viewers: we're not reviewing this product right now. We're saying it's
No.
awesome based on what we played.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, we did not complete them.
No, I
either-
haven't even
any of it.
played the full game yet, so
But I liked
that's
what I
terrible.
saw and played, and a lot of people seem to like it. Is what we're getting at. So,
Yeah. And I'm only referring to the multiplayer, and I'm more of a story-driven gamer. You know, I
well, that single player demo is pretty top notch in my opinion. It feels so good. But anyway, we'll talk about Doom another time. I think
it's still
probably could.
Bethesda though.
Right.
It's still Bethesda, and you know what? That's the thing. It's like, okay, so they stopped sending out review copies, so far in advance. I kind of find it funny that it's news right now when they already did it with Doom.
I know.
So
That is kind of funny.
It's strange, but
It's news
hey,
again.
yeah. So it's gonna end up being news again some other day. But anyway,
and we'll have the same story in a couple months when some other big publisher decides to do the same thing.
yeah.
We're waiting for Ubisoft.
Oh my God.